So, as it happens, in the fall of 2014, I was in J-Style, and which, unbeknownst to me, was a singles issue. And Sam's mom reached out to a mutual family friend and said, "Hey, who's this, Barry Guttman guy who goes to Green Road Synagogue?" And the mutual family friend, Sandy Lazarson, said, "Oh, let me see." So she reached out to my mom. And my mom said, "Well, he's 28 years old. You should reach out to him yourself. He can make his own decision." So I got a phone call on a Saturday night from a random 216 number I don't recognize. I picked it up in the hopes that it wasn't spam. And she says, "Hi, Barry, this is Sandy Lazarson." And she said, "So Devra, who's her daughter, has this roommate." And she goes on and on and on talking about this girl and how wonderful she is and how great for about 10 minutes. Then finally says, "So I think it'd be good if you got to know her." And so she gives me Sam's phone number, and I proceed to do nothing with it for 2 weeks. Then finally I called her. We went out on January 3rd, 2015. I have to remember those things. And we've been going out ever since.
But now we're married.
Oh yeah, right. And I also called the hotel to make sure everything would be okay and coordinate logistics, and told them this is a surprise proposal. Surprise, she does not know. And so we get there to check in, and they said, "Oh, congratulations." And I'm glaring at this person behind the check-in, excuse me. And I'm thinking, really? Like, I don't know how much clearer I could have been about surprise.
I totally missed it.
And so, I just said, like, "Okay, thanks. Well, we'll take the room key now. That's great. Thanks." So, we get the room keys.
Oh, and they said they upgraded us to a suite also.
Right.
Like, "I see we upgraded you to a suite," and I was like, "Oh, that's nice."
Yeah, so I played that off as just, oh yeah, since, I was helpful in, like coordinating this event and planning the event and involved with YLD, so they upgraded us and played it off that way, which was a total lie, I'm sorry. So we get up to the room to just put our stuff down before the event, and right when you walk in, there's this little table, and on that table is a very nice plate of chocolate-covered strawberries and a bottle of champagne with 2 champagne flutes in an ice bucket. And again, I'm thinking, on the one hand, this is very nice, it's very generous of the hotel, but on the other hand, what do they not understand about surprise? And so we walk in, and Samantha goes, "This is nice." And I'm thinking, okay, how am I going to play this off? I said, "Yeah, when they upgrade you to a suite, they, give you a little thing, surprise, kind of, like a present, whatever." So thankfully, managed to skate by both of those, go down to the event, and I get a text from my sister that they're getting to the hotel. So I need to go give them a room key. So I say to Samantha, "Oh, I just need to use the facilities. I'll be right back."
We have a running joke that Barry abandons me in social situations. We call it Sam-bandoning. So, obviously Barry Sam-bandoned me for a while, but it was for a good reason.
Well, so I just said I'm going to the bathroom,
but it was a long bathroom.
Then disappeared for like 15 minutes while I gave the key to my, brother-in-law and the sister, and so then I come back up. They finish, dropping off the stuff in the room. They come to the event also. And then I know with the scheduling the event that I have a very narrow window to actually get to the room and set everything up. So I then about literally, 20 minutes later, I'm like, "Oh, I have to go to the bathroom again," and then just disappear for another 20 minutes to go set up this room so that way the proposal will actually work.
Did not have a clue.
So, but again, because of this whole running joke about Sam-bandoning,
classic.
It actually worked out to our benefit because she wasn't suspicious about anything when I disappeared for 40 minutes out of a total 55 minutes. So we get up to the room, and on that little table, when we walk in, I had set up rainbow roses, like a bed of rainbow roses, which is kind of a reference to the first flowers that I got Samantha after, what was it, maybe 2 weeks of dating, maybe? So I guess it took me too long to get flowers, I'm sorry. So those with a stuffed, I don't want to say stuffed animal, but like a stuffed toy, I guess, of Baymax from Big Hero 6, which was the movie we saw during that, snowstorm car, ditch story. And it was holding my iPad with a card in front of it, and the card was kind of an inside joke between us also, and it said push play. So on the iPad, so there was a video that I got of Piff the Magic Dragon from America's Got Talent, because we went to see him when we took a trip for our 1-year anniversary, a dating anniversary, to Las Vegas, and he was actually at Hilarities a few weeks before the big event. So and I went to go see him then. One of the things he does as part of the shtick after his show is he'll take a selfie with whoever wants to take a picture with him. And I got in line, got up to him, and I said, "Listen, I actually want to know if you could do a video, because I'm proposing to my girlfriend in a few weeks. So would you be able to do a video?" He said, "Oh, absolutely. That'd be totally, be happy to be a part of it." So I had him say, essentially, "Samantha, Barry has a question for you." So while she's doing that, I get down on one knee behind her back, and she can't see it, she's watching this video, and proposed. And then, as evidenced by the fact that you're filming this for a Nuptials video, she said yes.
So we got married at Lander Haven on August 20th. It was, thank you. It was a very sunny, hot day, which we were a little bit nervous about because we thought, obviously it's Cleveland, you never know what the weather is going to be. And then we did separate Bedecken and Tish events in different rooms. So all the men were in one area and the women were in one area, and there was a lot of food. The ceremony was inside Lander Haven, kind of in the back, and then the ceremony was in the big ballroom. What else? The
reception was in the big ballroom. The ceremony.
That's what I meant. It was important to us to have details that felt like our wedding. So instead of doing a big wedding cake, we had a macaron tower with a little cake on the top, which we thought was fun, and everyone really enjoyed it.
Both of us come from pretty traditional, observant Jewish backgrounds, and are traditional in our mindset as well, ourselves. So it was very important to us that that Judaism play a role, but specifically also traditional Judaism. But that having been said, also still making it our own. So there were the sort of core elements of a traditional Jewish wedding were all present in our wedding, but we also had little touches that kind of made it uniquely our own. Friends of mine who, from my Jewish a cappella days in college and a little bit after that, were singing parts of the wedding as we were kind of coming down the aisle. So
that was special.
Which was really special. So that really meant a lot. And also Cantor Schiffman as well, sang parts of the ceremony in addition to that. So little nuances that kind of made it our own, but definitely at its core was a fairly conventional, traditional. The whole rhythm of our week is in large measure determined by Shabbat, the Sabbath. So every Friday night we turn off our phones, turn off electricity. I joke with people and say that Friday night sundown comes and we become Amish for a day. And the Jewish holidays, it's kind of the same thing, where that really determines the rhythm of our calendar, kind of on the bigger picture perspective.